Hello guys, what's up? Today we're designing a mascot, taking an original design I did a while ago. Look at this, that's the original concept. Kinda cool. Yeah, I really like the character, even though I did him like, I think a year ago, when I was really not that good at drawing. But, stumbling across it while going through my old sketchbook, I thought, I'm just gonna do a mascot that's like a gang biker. That's the vibe that it gave me, so yeah, let's do this, I hope it's gonna be fun. I started off by just doing some development sketches. It's not proper development sketches per se, because I only have a solid concept. It's just to get the mood and the clothing right, as well as do a couple changes, especially in the shape of the body and the overall shape language, because I really wasn't that good at doing cartoons like a year ago. I was good at the basics, but I really had some stuff that I lacked in and that I improved massively over the time. Hey, in the first sketch I do, I try a bit of a bottom-heavy shape for the body of our character. I didn't really end up liking it. It looks pretty good, but it doesn't really have the vibe that I'm looking for. However, what I got right is his sweater. I just gave him a simple sweater with BJ on it, because the original concept is called Benjamin. That does not really sound like a gangster, but BJ, ooh, that's sounding cooler already. Okay, second development sketch. I give him a bit of a more sort of neutral facial expression, because I didn't really want to do anything with that facial expression. I already got like him doing the eyebrow thing, like fucking The Rock style. I think it's really funny. I'm gonna do that in the final illustration, definitely. But right there, I'm gonna experiment with a bit of different stances and body shapes. Right here, that bit of a more top-heavy body shape. I didn't really ended up doing this, a bit of a more similar thing to this, but what I did keep is that wide stance I'm doing right now. This is very important to make him look confident, as well for the shape language, because inside he's basically made of circles for cartooniness and triangles for sort of aggressiveness, gangster vibes. But the overall space he takes up is basically a square with that wide stance is. Yeah, that's pretty good. Now, moving on to the illustration, I start off with a simple center line that you can't really see, sadly, because it's very light, for the pose, and go construct the head and the facial expression. I want him to look a little bit cocky, so I make him sort of not facing you straight on, but looking at you, with like his chin up, doing the fucking The Rock eyebrow thing. I just think it's so funny for some reason. Yeah, there you go, that's a good facial expression, and he looks really, really terrifying without a nose. Yeah, that's better. A couple of whiskers, the overall shape of is, and I move on to the body. Yeah, so basically the body is kind of similar to the second development sketch I did, but more of like a tilted bean, because he's, you know, leaning back. He's a very confident guy, you know, and that wide stance with one foot closer than the other one to us to give depth and dynamism to the entire thing. One hand is just in his pocket, and the other one is sticking out with his thumb up, like grinning you like, hey, what's going on, buddy? Yeah, I'm good, what about you? I like the vibe. I feel like he could be sort of like the best friend of a protagonist in some sort of, like, comic series, and yes, he is smoking a carrot. Bro, he's a gangster, he's gonna smoke something, right? Adding a bit of an earring and a couple of other jewelry thing, like, how the fuck is that called? Yeah, a golden chain around his neck and around his waist as well. My man is looking good. What does he need? A motorbike. Hell yeah, he is a biker. He needs one of those, right? So right now, I just start with the basic wheels. The reference I use is just a random picture I found on Google Images. I might put it in the screen, like if I find it again. And I just wanted the vibes of like old school 80s motorbikes kind of thing. You know, like if you have read GTO, like you know that manga about like Onizuka wanting to be the best teacher in Japan. If you don't know about this, bro, have you been living like under a rock or something? Fucking read it. It's so good. And yeah, so you see him when he's younger, yeah, right? And he's got like one of these old school cool ass fucking motorbikes. It's one of these that I want to give him to that character because he also looks really cool. Yeah, you know what? I had a couple of random details, like fucking tubes everywhere. I have no clue of if that's, like, actually a thing, but it looks good, so I don't really care. Slightly refining the sketch to define especially the shape of the wheels that I just did random fucking circles. Yeah, that's pretty good, I like it. That definitely got the vibe and the composition that I was looking for. That's very cool. Yeah, just lighten it slightly with like a kneaded eraser trick. This is a very clean trick and very useful because the erasing process is always fucking disgusting. There are like eraser pieces everywhere. Yeah, there you go. I'll start off with the background. Well, the motorbike with my 0.4 fine liner, which is absolutely perfect for background mechanical elements, like this motorbike. I am later going to add solid black shadows, kind of comic book style, like he's lit by some kind of street light that's really strong in the night or something. Yeah, I like that vibe. But first, I just start off with a basic line work. Yeah, look at this. This is looking really crisp, really simple and effective. That's exactly what I want from this 0.4 fine liner. It's doing its job basically perfectly. I like it. Yeah, I'm just detailing at random basically. I really don't know what motorbikes are actually supposed to look like. I just think this one is really cool. Yeah. I do a little bit of hatching really light just to indicate where I'm gonna black stuff out and start the texturing of the wheels. Yeah, moving on to the character with my beautiful Tombow brush pen. This thing is so expressive. Look at these expressive line wind variation. Exactly where I wanted to be. Yeah, well, this is perfectly fitting for doing the shadows later on the motorbike and just doing the basic stuff on my rabbit character. I feel like it complements really well my other tool, which is really cool. Yep, the screen turned black again. Can you guess what happened? Yes, your man manages to lose footage for the second time in 3 videos on YouTube. Wow. That has got to be a record. Yeah, there's definitely some kind of a record to be made there. A very glorious record to have, I'll give you that one, but I'm going to explain it to you. So basically, I'm very poor, so I just film with my phone, and while it has a pretty decent camera, it can film, you know, HD footage, it has very little storage space, which is very annoying because when I film a video of more than, like, what, 30 minutes, approximately, well, it just stops recording because it can't store the entire thing, so I lose a bunch of the footage. Yeah, in this case, the footage I lost is the major part of the inking process, where I, like, blacked out the main shadows and everything, which means the most important part of the entire process, which is why I'm very sad about losing it, because it really acknowledges my progress and that comic book style shading that I'm becoming addicted to. But, you know, whatever. Let's just show you the inked result. Yeah, there it is. Look at this. This is looking pretty good, right? Yeah, really, really like these little solid shadows that give the entire vibe to the whole illustration. I'm getting a lot more confident, as you can see, merging different shadows together. Like, on the front wheel, you know, there's a thing on top of that wheel. Yeah, well, the shadow sort of merges with the one on the wheel, but because the shapes are very well defined individually, it really doesn't pose a problem. Same thing for when you go on the seat of the motorbike. The shadow sort of merges with the arm of the rabbit. Yeah, well, I think this is a very cool result. Kind of sad I lost the footage, but let's just move on to a more straightforward process. The colors. Okay, getting back on my feet after that footage accident, but you know what, I'll just get a better phone that can stock up more video footage, and it doesn't matter because now I'm doing nice and flashy colors across the motorbike. Look at this, that's looking good. My man the rabbit, ooh, he's keeping his motorbike clean. Look at these little highlight spots. Yeah, that nice flat color, that's very cool. I like this vibe of like this red and black and a bit of gray on the motorbike. The trash black pencil is coming back to do the colors of the wheels, and it's really good because it doesn't hide the texturing that I did with the inks that you sadly could not see the process of, but that doesn't really matter because look at this, it's right there. That icy gray pencil really complements the black and the red pretty well, I feel like. And now for the little thing that does light on the motorbike. I have no clue what it's called, and I'm not gonna search it up because I'm fucking lazy. Yeah, I just put like a yellow glow around them that sort of bleeds through on the rest of the stuff that's around. Yeah, I like it. What you can see me doing right here is just taking a normal gray pencil and putting it on the shadow areas of this, like the fur of the rabbit and also on his hoodie. What it actually does is it sort of desaturates the colors that are gonna go on top of it, and it's perfect to make him sort of stand out a little bit from the motorbike. I build up the color with a bit of a red pencil and move on with my common pencil that I'm gonna go pretty hard with. This has the effect of giving that nice texture to the thing. It's not as flat as the color that's on the motorbike because, well, it's a sweater. It's not like a metallic thing. And I just think the result is really nice. Look at this. Looking pretty fancy, this guy. Yeah, that's a real gangster. And a bit of a blue touch on the letters on his sweater. It's like the only blue part of the image is in the center. It looks pretty nice. This is a bit of a tricky process. It's the fur texture and color. This is just a brown pencil, and I'm going really, really lightly with broad strokes and simple, energetic, sort of round shapes, really, really lightly to build up as I go, keeping that really textured feel that you got with colored pencils. I think the result is actually pretty good. I really did not know how this was going to turn out, but it does look like fur, and it's pretty simplified, cartoon, really good mascot design. Yeah, I like it. It just takes a bit of time to layer the really light stuff, and a bit of details around the whiskers, and that's nice. I now color in the carrot with a simple, flashy orange and a bit of green for the leaf. I actually forgot to do the hand, so I gotta get a bit of graphite off it and do that fur text on it too before going back to the legs that don't have enough color in my opinion at this point. And now it's pretty good. Yeah, look at this guy. All he needs now is a bit of a golden shine to his chains and to his earring. I get that effect with my sunflower pencil, and for the shine I have a caramel pencil that when layered on top of this really, really looks good and gold. I like this a lot. Yeah, so this is the final result. That's really good, right? I did this actually to like sort of as an event. I'm opening a new Fiverr shop for mascot design specifically. I already have one, as you know, for character design where I illustrate original characters and everything, and this one is more specialized for mascots. So if you need a mascot for like your brand, your YouTube channel, whatever, or someone you know needs one, click the link in the description. I'll happily design one for you. Yeah, that's pretty cool. This guy is going to end up in my gallery of this shop. Just thanks for watching, boys, and keep improving your drawing, and have a nice rest of your day.